Hello again, everybody. This is Harry Boxer at the techtrader.com. This is the charts of the day, and it's Wednesday, May the 25th. Today we saw quite a few stocks that emerged. The market had a real good session, and so we're going to display some new ones and some old ones, but most of these stocks are stocks that are trending and or breaking out. If you take a look at CEVA, you'll see that the recent consolidation in this zone here was taken out with a pop of $1.97 today, right here. As volume surged to 411,000 shares, that's pretty strong volume for that stock. If you take a look at just the volume alone, you'll see that's among the heaviest volume in the last several months. And I'm assuming this is just the beginning of the move. At this point, I'm looking for a move up towards the 36.5, 7 range short term. CIGX really acting well of late. After the big hit in early April, it's bounced back from the $3 range all the way back to 460. More than 50% move, and it looks at this point that we're going to challenge and maybe take out the 5-5-12 zone with targets up around 6 and then 7. I think CIGX may start to surge with volume here and reach the top of the channel as I projected it. Thinly traded Cornerstone Therapeutics had a big day today, up 39 cents or 5.3%. But more importantly, today's thrust not only took it out above this line, but also closed it above that line. And that line goes way back a couple of years now. Next target at 9.75, followed by 12.5 potentially. Although again, it's a thinly traded stock. It's the kind of stock that once it gets going really spikes up. Looking for a measured move that occurred here of about 2.5 points on top of the 6.25, or at least up towards the 9 range short term. Dermasciences had a big day today, although it gave up a chunk of its move. It traded 843,000 shares, and as far as we can see, that's the biggest volume it's ever traded since it's gone public. Now, this stock had a huge move in January, February, reaching from 4.5 up to 12.5, more than nearly tripling. This 2-month sliding channel reversed sharply earlier this month. That was followed by a very bullish flagging type pattern above the moving averages. And today, a big gap up and a sharp run up to 1165. We traded that this morning. It did give back a chunk of it and had a rather what I would call poor close, but with such a big day, up 91 cents or 9.3%. We'll look to see whether there's a follow-through on this move here. We note that did have a big move in early February here and backed off, giving up quite a bit of it too. So let's see if we can get a follow-through. My short-term target on this one's 12.5. DUSA Pharmaceuticals, DUSA, broke out across this lateral price resistance here today and did it with a surge in volume and technicals. Up 34 cents or 5.7% on 1.5 million. This stock appears to be headed towards the top of the channel, which I've measured in around 8. That's my short-term target. We also put a swing trade out on that today. Elon, stock that we put a swing trade on earlier this year here, and again in here. This stock apparently has worked, continues to work. Right now, closing at the top, right at the top of its channel, but also above lateral price resistance, and that key could accelerate the trend. Looking for a target of around 10.5 short term. El Paso Corp EP. Tell you what, for an oil and gas pipeline utility type company, this has a phenomenal chart. You'll notice the breakout yesterday and a strong follow through today. Looking for a move that takes us to about 23.5, maybe 24 short term. Glue Mobile, GLUU, big day today, popped 8.75 million shares, popped 21%. It took out this lateral price resistance and probably will be testing the spike high in February as soon as tomorrow, up around the 5.20.25 area. If you should get through that, I'm looking for a swing trade that takes us to 7 on GLUU. OBTI starting to move again, up 81 cents, only 2% today, but more importantly, this is a 2-month high, and we're up right up near this double top resistance around 37, which may be tested as early tomorrow. We got up to 36.34 today. We get through 37. I'm looking for a move that accelerates and moves up into the low 40s, maybe 43, 44 for OBTI. QTWW, big pop, did give back a chunk of it, but still up $1.37. Big gain today, up 35.5% on 3.3 million. You can see that this pullback here was orderly, held at the moving averages, bounced, backed off one more time at low volume, and then took off today right at this resistance zone. If we get through this $6 range, which I think could be tested as early as tomorrow, my swing trade target on this one is about 8.5. Raptor Pharmaceuticals is taken off here. I noted the breakout 2 days ago when it broke through this key year-long basing type pattern. And I was looking for a move up towards the 7, 7.5, maybe 8 zone. It appears to be in play right now and in progress. Up 46 cents or 9.3% today. Volume is strong. Technicals were surging. Looks like it can continue, but it is overbought short term. At some point soon, it may back off and do some kind of consolidation, but I'm still looking for momentum to carry this one up towards 7 plus. Swing trade portfolio position TSLA took a pop today and a nice one from 26.17 to 29.01, closed at 28.97, just pennies off the high of 225. Big day for that on big volume, taking out this entire trading range, and at this point, it appears that Tesla is finally going to make it run at the $33 range. That's my target and swing trade target for TSLA. New swing trade target pick today, VOLC, and here's why. You'll notice it broke out, came back and retested, and then today popped convincingly out, although it did back off about 65 cents and gave back half its gains. It still closed up 66 cents today, and the volume started to increase. I'm looking for this stock to do much more than just this. The long-term channel tells me that this could be a $38 to $40 stock, and that's going to be my intermediate target with a short-term target around 33. WPRT, which we had a successful swing trade on when it broke out here, then pulled back for the last 6 weeks. Today, it's a decisive price volume surge, took it out across the moving averages, across declining tops line, right up to lateral price resistance, did back off a bit from there. And the volume today was the heaviest in about 6-7 weeks. So I'm expecting this to continue and move through 26, and you can swing this one, as I believe you'll see, and move up into the low 30s. And lastly today is Zale Corp. This little retail jewelry store chain has been running of late, breaking out 4 days ago, following through the next day. Had a little bit of a pullback yesterday, but gapped up today and ran hard as earnings were released, and good ones. I'm looking for a follow through to get this up near 16,596, excuse me, near 590 or 6 is resistance. We may see some backing and filling in here, but if it does break through, my ultimate trading target on a swing trade is 7.5 for Zales. And that's it for this evening. Have a good one.